What's up, fam? What's going on with everybody today? TC here. I'm going to talk a little bit about something different today. I'm not even going to go into the whole Kanye West bullshit anymore. I'm kind of finished with that. That's been beat to death, and I've already made my statement on that. So today's video going to be a little different, and I might even use this as the signaling of a turning point, a shift, and what I'm gonna talk about, for the next couple of videos. But don't get it twisted. If a motherfucker like Kanye West come out their mouth sideways, um, I'm gonna definitely make a video on it and let people know what I think about it and how I think this individual either fucked up or made a good point. But here's what I'm going to talk about today is um, I came up with a list of about 10 things, like the Ten Commandments. They're not commandments, they're just things that black people uh, need to do in order to pull ourselves out of this fucked up situation that we find ourselves in 2018. Um, Now, a lot of this stuff, most of this stuff has been said by other people, so it ain't like I'm bringing some new knowledge into the fucking world, because I'm not. Because I'm a believer that, there ain't really no new knowledge. Everything has been out there before, but most people just don't pay attention to what's right there in the front of their eyes and what they should be doing. But just for the sake of getting it out there, I came up with this list um, of 10 things that I think we as black people need to be trying to do to better our situation and make sure that we survive um, not only through the Trump presidency but into the next goddamn century. All right. So without further ado, here they go. Here's my little humble TC humble list of the 10 things that black people need to do. All right, number one, we need to kill all of the self-hate that we have. We black people hate ourselves sometimes more than white people hate us. I mean, you can see it all around you. We're trying to change our appearance. We straightening our hair in some places. We lightening our skin. We changing the way we speak, and we getting rid of traditions that were black and letting white people take them over, our music and stuff like that. No, we got to stop hating ourselves so much. I mean, one quick example is one time I was sitting at work, and older woman I was working with had some legal issue, and she needed a lawyer, right? So somebody suggested a black lawyer that was working in the area, and that broad came out her mouth with, "I'm not going to no nigger lawyer. I'm gonna get me a white lawyer. That way I know I get good results. Some niggas don't know what they're doing, blah blah." And she went off for about 2-3 minutes on how much she uh, hate black lawyers and black doctors and shit like that. And we talking about a woman my fucking complexion. So that kind of shit is, she's just one example, but that kind of shit is widespread throughout the black community. We always think we got to go somewhere else to get fair treatment and good service. But I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'll be willing to bet that if you look through your history, anybody over say 30, if you look back through your adult life, you can bet that anybody that fucked you over, and I mean really fucked you over, I'm not talking $10 or $15 or $30 or $40 they borrowed and didn't give it back. I'm talking about $500, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 that somebody burned you out of, or fucked you out of, or caused you to have to pay out your pocket. That was a white person did that shit to you. So we need to kill that noise about how black people aren't efficient and can't get things right. I mean, there's been plenty of times when I needed something and I looked all over the place and looked all over the place and couldn't find it until I myself went to a brother and was able to get exactly what I needed. That shit, I learned that lesson quickly, and from that point on, I started trying to go to the brothers first. to get what I need. Okay, so we need to kill all that self-hate. Okay, that needs to go away. Okay, number two is something like self-hate. It's self-doubt. It's like thinking that we, black people, we ain't never gonna measure up to what white people can do. Let me tell you something. I work with white folks. I worked in situations where I was one of maybe two or three black people in a place where there was 400 people working. And I'm gonna tell you, them motherfuckers are some of the dumbest sons of bitches I've ever seen in my life. And 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 but they in charge. That the shit that they do is so goddamn simple. A child could do it, but let them tell it. It's so complicated that we'll never be able to figure it out. And a lot of black people, filled with self-doubt, believe that shit, and and it prevents them from aspiring to a higher position. Like they, sometimes get offered a higher position and won't take it, but then turn right around and complain that white people are in charge of everything. When a motherfucker offer you a position in leadership, grab that motherfucker by the horns. Fuck whether you know it or not. Learn it on the job. But don't have that self-doubt in your head that you can't do what white people and Asian and brown people do. You can do any fucking thing they do. Them motherfuckers ain't no smarter than nobody else. As a matter of fact, more often than not, they 10 times dumber. Number three, develop a black code. We need a fucking black code. I often hear people talk about, getting on code. But what is our motherfucking code? I mean, we got little things, nuances and things that we do that only black people understand. Like we rub this side of our hand for white and that side of our hand for black, and little things that we say, and we could change our dialect up and make it more difficult to understand. But we need a serious black code that black people understand, to where you can be in New York, you can be in Los Angeles, or you can be in Chicago, and every black person knows exactly what you're talking about without you having to try too hard to get them to understand it. We need a code like that, like Jews have. You know what I mean? Like white people have. We need a code, a serious one. It could be written down, or it could be just understood among us. But we need a code. Okay. And number four, we need to get on code. We need to develop a code. Number three, and number four, we need to get on that code and live by it. We need to live by it. We need to put ourselves first, black first. Yes, that I said it, black first, and we need to live by that. When in doubt, give it to the black man. If he fucks you over or she fucks you over, hold them accountable and give it to the next black man. It ain't that. A lot of times, when we go to try to do business with other people, they say, it's not that we don't like black people. We just love our people more. We need a code like that, and we need to get on that code and stay on it forever. Okay. Number five, we need to stop fighting each other. That's a big one with me. I did a video on that the other day. Infighting gonna kill us. Our leaders are fighting. If our motherfucking leaders is fighting, what do you think our followers gonna do? They're gonna be fighting too. They're gonna be arguing, and I'm on this guy's side or I'm on that guy's side, when a lot of times both of them are saying the same fucking thing. They just phrasing it differently. But you can't have your motherfucking leaders fighting, especially not publicly. Especially not publicly. Because when white folks see that shit, they know they still got us divided and thoroughly conquered. Number six, date and marry our own. Date and marry our own. Like I said it. Like Dr. Umar Johnson said, you gotta strengthen and preserve the black family, because at the bottom of our culture is the black family. If you destroy the black family, you destroy everything black. I mean, if you watch TV nowadays, it's almost impossible to find a black man and a black woman in love with one another. Either she got a white man or he got a white girl. They act like black people don't fall in love, when nothing could be further from the truth. We do. We fall in love. We marry, we raise our families, but we need to promote that more. All of that swirling and bullshit, fuck all that. I know that, people are going to say, well, you love who you love and blah, 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 blah. But this is bigger than that. This is bigger than that. I wish the world operated like that, but it doesn't, especially not in this day and time. It doesn't operate like that. We need to preserve and protect the black family. So marry yourself a black man, marry yourself a black woman. If she fuck you over, there's another one out there that will not fuck you over. If he ain't acting right, it's another black man out there who will act right. Don't give me this bullshit about I dated this black man, blah, 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 so I'm done with him and I got me a white boy. Fuck all that. That's a bad decision your ass made. Let me tell you something. I've been married a couple of times. I know. It wasn't the women's fault. They was doing what it is they know how to do. They were being themselves. I'm the one who wanted them to be something that they weren't, so the shit didn't work out. You can't change people. You just got to make good decisions, but make the right decision. Marry a black person. Preserve that black family. Strengthen that black family. We need that. That's our fucking foundation. Number 7, learn our history and respect our motherfucking history. Learn our history. Go to different sources for your information. Don't just go to, standardized motherfucking history books that you find in school. You're going to have to look on the internet. You're going to have to look wherever you got to look. But you got to learn your history so you can know who you are and where you come from. John Henry Clark said, history tells the people who they are, what they are, where they must go, and what they must goddamn be, among other things. But that's what he said about history. And that's how we correct motherfuckers like Kanye West so they won't be coming out their mouth all sideways and saying dumb shit like, slavery was a choice. What else? Elect politicians who have black people's interests at heart, not black and brown people, not poor people, not motherfucking gay people, not women, black people. People of color, that's some weak ass shit to me. Black people. You know what I mean? The black family, black men, black women together, raising family, elect motherfuckers who have our interests at heart and make them make promises. Make them make promises. And if they don't hold true to those promises, set up camp outside their fucking office until they do. And if they still don't, boot their ass out of office and get somebody in there that will. And let them know that that's exactly why they were elected. Don't fall for no more Barack Obama okie doke, empty suit, pretty face bullshit. Elect a motherfucker that's going to do exactly what he said he's going to do. Even Donald Trump understood that. Now, Donald Trump's a piece of shit who got in office, based on a bunch of lies, but you can't tell his motherfucking base that he lying. He don't give a fuck about them, but he made a bunch of promises. We need a politician that's going to get in there and do exactly what we want him to do. Hold his fucking feet to the fire. Don't let him talk that shit like Donald Trump did and then get in office and act like everybody else. No. Let him talk that shit, but when everything he got come out of his mouth, make him stick to it. Hold his ass accountable. What else? Yeah, that's number 9. Hold him accountable. Number 8, select black officials. Number 9 is hold that motherfucker accountable. Like I said, camp outside his front door until he do what he say he gonna do. Or give you a goddamn good reason why he can't. And number 10 is important. Clean out our neighborhoods. Clean out our neighborhoods. Get rid of them. Every motherfucking place that kicked a black person out is a goddamn business opportunity for somebody. Starbucks don't want you in there, open a coffee shop. LA Fitness don't want you in there, open up a gym. Who else? Waffle House, open up a restaurant. Whatever, the little fucking Chinese beauty shop places, get rid of them fucking places. All they sell is shit that make people want to look like something other than what they are. And then they treat you like shit when you go in there, grabbing women and jacking them up and all of that shit. Get rid of them motherfuckers. And then purge our community of over-policing. We are over-policed like a motherfucker, okay? They ain't pumping the guns and drugs into the community. All of that shit's got to go. We got to clean our neighborhoods out, and we got to buy back our neighborhoods. So I could speak more on all 10 of those things. Oh yeah, and the honorable mention, the honorable number 11 is to gather wealth. I talked to a guy one time and I'm like, yo man, why don't you buy a house with some of that money, so you can have something to leave to your grandkids. That dumbass nigga said to me, man, I got it on my own, let them get it on now. I said, motherfucker, see, that's why black people don't have shit, because of that goddamn stupid mentality about not leaving nothing to our kids and not leaving no legacy to the people that's coming up behind us. No, gather fucking wealth. Buy motherfucking property. I'm not going to say invest in the stock market because I ain't with that shit, but buy motherfucking real property and get real assets that you can leave and build wealth with and leave to your young people following you up. So those are the things that I would do or that need to be done in order that we can survive as a people. Now, there's guys out there who got a lot more, to say about that than I could, but I'm just listening to Top 10 from a working man's point of view. Leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think, and subscribe to my channel. Anyway, that's it for now. TC, and I'm out.